I'm Michelle Westby. I'm a full-time project manager in the aerospace and defence sector, but most people know me for drifting around in my Nissan S14A. Drifting takes a huge amount of hard work and dedication. I put so much commitment into time spent working to get the money to be able to fund it. And you make a hell of a lot of sacrifices as well, because obviously if I'm working 7 days a week to try and fund this passion and hobby, it means I'm not spending time with friends, I'm not doing the normal social stuff that most people do. It hasn't been an easy road to get to where I am. There's been a hell of a lot of challenges and hard times in between. The reason I've immersed myself into drifting and committed to such hard work and dedication is because it is more than just fun to me. It's a distraction. I'd say I didn't have a typical upbringing. I was an only child and my parents, like me I guess, so I can't say much, but prioritised work. So I'd say I was very lonely growing up. I had various different childminders that looked after me, and unfortunately I didn't have great experiences with them at all. I'd just say I didn't have a very happy childhood, and I guess as I grew up I realised that I couldn't rely on other people to make me happy, and I needed to find something that was mine, that I knew I had control over, that could make me happy. Cars was my first passion and love that I naturally got into myself. I didn't have any family members that were close by to me then that had the same passion. As I grew up, the first thing I wanted to do was learn to drive. That was kind of just the freedom I needed as well, because I felt at home maybe it wasn't the great life that I had, so to get out into a car and just go for a drive, listen to music, just have that distraction from being home alone. From the age of 16, I'd always worked full-time until I got offered Fast and Furious Live, so this felt like an absolute dream job to do stunt driving full-time. After maybe just over a year, the show had ended due to financial issues, which left me not only jobless, but also I spent so long to start the momentum of me getting the live shows, the various different recording work, presenting work. Suddenly I hadn't been on the scene for a year and a half, so when that Fast and Furious Live job ended, it kind of felt like it ended me again. I was having to start from scratch because I was suddenly not known anymore, I was forgotten about. It's very difficult to feel like you were doing so well and everything seemed to fall off a cliff overnight. I've had opportunities to do grid girl work, which I've absolutely loved. Obviously being around motorsport is just an added bonus. It didn't help in the drift scene, I would say. It made people take me less seriously. A lot of people started to think I was doing drifting just literally for the attention, which to me is mad, especially with how much money, time and commitment I put into it. It does open up insecurities. So you've got to remember you're putting yourself out there when you're uploading photos on social media, you're on TV, and I'm not the most secure person, so I'm very self-critical. I would see photos and they could make me feel really rubbish and vulnerable because I wouldn't like how I looked or how I posed. But I have to think of the positives, so it showed other girls that, you can do grid girl work, you can be girly for a day and then go and race around in a car. The main positive that's come out of this is I have had such a great following come from it, and I really enjoy being able to talk to people, try and influence them into a sport that most people think is just a distant dream. The fact that I can just be that platform to show I am a normal person, I haven't come from a rich family, I haven't come from a motorsport orientated family, I've done and created this all on my own. Being able to still relate to other people in that way, it helps them think, yes, I can actually do this, I can potentially do this career. And it gives me a purpose now, you know, where I haven't had that family upbringing and background and I felt maybe a bit lonely growing up. Suddenly I feel like I've got loads of people around me that I can help and support, and there's no better feeling than that, to be honest. The good thing about being in the motorsport industry itself, because it's very competitive, you really have to have thick skin, I think, and it's definitely made me a lot more resilient. I would say when I was first on the scene, I was so sensitive. I took absolutely everything to heart, and I don't want to say I don't a bit now, but you definitely become a bit more tunnelled vision. Drifting's really helped with my mental health because it really has been that great distraction. It's put me in front of an audience that I want to impress. I want to inspire them, so I want them to see me enjoying myself. So it changes the way I kind of structured myself and the way I thought. I've met a lot of girls at shows and events that have been going through tough times, and just being able to give that person a little smile for a moment, whether it's drift passenger eyes, just being there for them, being someone to talk to. That's a great achievement for me because I know I've struggled and I've had people there, and kind of want to do the same for others as well now. I've seen so many people give up way too soon on their goals and ambitions. You need to realise it doesn't matter what sort of past you have, just because you haven't got the typical stepping stones, it will never stop you doing what you want to do. If you've got hard work, dedication, I promise you, you can make your dreams come true.